Robert McBride is a retired American soccer player who played for the Columbus Crew, Fulham F.C. and the Chicago Fire and is the third highest all-time leading goalscorer for the United States national team. For much of his career he played in Europe, notably for Fulham in the English Premier League. During his time in London, McBride became a fan favourite as well as team captain. After leaving the club, Fulham renamed the sports bar at Craven Cottage McBride in his honour. Early career, high school and college. Born in Arlington Heights, Illinois, McBride played varsity soccer at Buffalo Grove High School, under coach John Effort, where he led the Bison to the Illinois State Championship in 1988, his junior year. During a playoff game against FREMD, McBride broke his nose in the first half, but came back into the game to score the game-winning goal. In his 4 years in high school, he scored 80 goals, 33 as a senior despite playing his senior season as a defender. In the regional final against Stevenson High School his senior season, McBride played goalkeeper, stopping 4 of 8 penalty kicks and running up the other end to score 5 on the counter-attack after the game ended tied. McBride was also named an All-American by Parade magazine. Later, as a professional, he signed a contract with Nike with the condition that the boys' varsity soccer team receive new uniforms every 2 years. McBride had an illustrious career with St. Louis University, from which he graduated in 1993. In his 4 seasons with the Billikens, he played in 89 games, and set career records for goals, assists and total points. While at school, McBride was a 1992 second team and a 1993 first team All-American. He also was named Most Valuable Player of the Great Midwest Conference 3 years straight, as well as being named to the All-Conference First Team during this stretch. He trained at the world-famous Magna Fitness Center. Club career, Milwaukee Rampage. McBride briefly played for the minor league Milwaukee Rampage. In 18 games, he scored 17 goals and assisted another 18. That year also saw Tony Sene playing with the Rampage. Both Sene and McBride would play professionally in Germany, in MLS and on the U.S. men's national team. They linked up for a historic goal at the 2002 FIFA World Cup. In a game against Portugal, Sene, playing right back, played a cross into the box which McBride put into the top corner. After the game, McBride mentioned, "We joked about it in the locker room, it is a play we have done 1,000 times, while teammates with the Milwaukee Rampage. I took a step in at the far post and lost my marker. He delivered a beautiful cross and I knocked it home." VfL Wolfsburg. In 1994, McBride left the United States to ply his trade in Germany. At the time, VfL Wolfsburg played in the German second division and provided several aspiring American players an opportunity to play football in Europe. These included Chad Deering, Claudio Reyna and Mike Lapper, as well as McBride. McBride struggled to find playing time with the club and also had difficulty scoring. However, one of his 2 goals came in to a Euro 1 victory over Bayern Munich's reserve team in the DFB Pokal quarter-finals. Wolfsburg would go on to reach the final, although McBride did not feature. At the end of the season, McBride gained a release from Wolfsburg and when MLS was created, chose to return to play in the United States. Columbus Crew. McBride returned to America in 1996 for the inaugural season of Major League Soccer, for whom he was the first overall pick of the MLS inaugural draft. McBride would proceed to play 8 years with the Columbus Crew, amassing 62 goals and 45 assists in 161 league games, before his move to England. In 2005, he was named to the MLS All-Time Best 11. In 2011, the Crew honored McBride by naming him the inaugural member of his Circle of Honor. Loan spells in England with Preston North End and Everton. While playing for Columbus in the MLS, McBride spent 2 loan periods in England. The first came in 2000 when McBride played for Preston North End, then managed by David Moyes. While McBride played well for the club, he sat out several games after having a blood clot surgically removed from his arm, which consisted of having a rib removed. The clot came as a result of a hard collision McBride had suffered during his first game with Preston. As McBride's loan spell came to an end, Preston attempted to purchase his contract from MLS for $1.8 million. MLS rejected it, considering McBride to be worth twice that amount. 2 years later, Premier League club Everton were beginning to slide down the table. David Moyes, by then with Everton, remembered McBride's success with Preston and sought the forward's services. During McBride's 3 months with the club, he did not disappoint Moyes, scoring 4 goals in 8 games, including his first game with the club, a 4-3 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur. He made close friends during the short time with players such as Leon Usman and Richard Wright. Everton, unlike Preston, merely sought to extend McBride's loan period, but MLS rejected it, preferring a transfer over an extended loan for McBride. Fulham. In January 2004, Premier League club Fulham bought McBride's rights from MLS for $1.5 million. He played 18 games during the last half of the 2003-04 season, scoring a total of 5 goals. His scoring pace remained steady through the next 2 seasons. In 2004-05, he played 31 league games and 6 cup games, scoring 6 league and 3 cup goals. In 2005-06, he played 38 league games and 1 cup game, scoring 10 league goals and 1 cup goal. McBride's original contract with Fulham continued only through the 2005-06 season. However, on March 10, 2006, he signed a 1-year extension which took him through the end of the 2006-07 season. On February 2, 2007, he signed yet another 1-year extension, taking him through the 2007-2008 season. He has a reputation as a battler with a high work rate, a trait prized in English football. McBride was Fulham's top scorer for their 2006-07 Premier League campaign with 12 goals to his name. He was given Fulham's captaincy in August 2007. When scoring the opening goal in a home match against Middlesbrough on August 18, 2007, McBride dislocated his kneecap. He wouldn't make his return to action until a friendly against Cardiff City in late January 2008, and resumed his Premier League duties as a substitute against Aston Villa on February 3, 2008. McBride scored his first goal since his injury against Everton at Craven Cottage on March 16, 2008, in a 1-0 victory for Fulham. The then Fulham manager Chris Coleman commented it was such a shame that McBride hadn't been discovered earlier in his career, and played more in England. After scoring 12 goals in 2006-07 season which helped Fulham retain their Premier League status, on May 14, 2007, McBride won the club's Player of the Year award. He won it again in 2008, and became such a popular figure that the club renamed a bar inside Craven Cottage McBride's in June 2009. On May 28, 2008, McBride announced that he would be leaving Fulham to return to the United States to play in MLS. Chicago Fire. Following the end of his 1-year contract extension, McBride decided to return to the United States to end his career in MLS. He expressed his desire to play for Chicago, his hometown. However, Toronto FC held the top spot in the allocation order, the process by which U.S. national team players returning to MLS find teams in the league. On July 30, 2008, the top spot in the allocation order was traded to the Chicago Fire for Chad Barrett, a first-round pick in the MLS Superdraft and conditional future considerations. The Fire used the top spot to obtain McBride. He made his Fire debut on August 16, 2008, coming on as a second-half substitute against DC United. McBride scored his first goal against Houston Dynamo. McBride scored the first goal in the MLS Playoff Eastern Conference Championship against the Columbus Crew, his former club. However, Chicago lost that game 2-1 and was kept from being in the MLS playoff final. McBride scored 9 goals during the 2009 season, including 2 goals in the 3 Superliga games in which he played. On September 3, 2010, McBride announced that he would retire following the 2010 MLS season. McBride scored his 80th career goal during his final match before being substituted off to a standing ovation. Wembley, In June 2012, he was one of several former professional footballers who agreed to join Wembley FC to play in their FA Cup campaign for the new season. McBride and fellow former internationals Ray Parlour, Martin Keown, Claudio Caniggia, Jaime Moreno, Danny Dichio and Graham Lesso, plus David Seaman and former England manager Terry Venables, came out of retirement to play for Wembley. They were knocked out in a replay by Uxbridge after initially setting up the tie by knocking Langford out in the previous round. International career: McBride was a significant player for the United States national team, earning 96 caps and scoring 30 goals for the national team. He made his international debut in 1993. He was part of the U.S. team that played at the 1998, 2002, and 2006 FIFA World Cups. He scored at the 1998 and 2002 tournaments and in doing so, became the first American player to score at 2 World Cups. Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan have since equaled this feat. McBride is fourth behind Bert Patenaude, Dempsey and Donovan for the most World Cup goals for an American with 3. On May 2, 2006, McBride was named to the U.S. roster for his third consecutive World Cup. At the 2006 World Cup, McBride was severely bloodied in a group stage match against Italy after being elbowed in the face by Daniel De Rossi. He needed 3 stitches. As punishment, De Rossi was banned for 4 matches and fined 10,000 Swiss francs. Following the end of the tournament, McBride announced his retirement from international duty on July 26, 2006. He is the first ever spokesperson for the Central Ohio Diabetes Association. He donated $100 to the association for every goal and assist he tallied for the U.S. national team. On July 18, 2008, McBride was named as one of the 3 overage players on the U.S. Olympic team and served as captain. Coaching: McBride established the Brian McBride Soccer Academy, which is based in Lake Zurich, Illinois. Career statistics: as of November 14, 2011, international goals, honors, club, United States, CONCACAF Gold Cup, 2002, Columbus Crew, Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, 2002, Fulham, Player of the Year, 2005, 2006, Individual, CONCACAF Gold Cup MVP, 2002, CONCACAF Gold Cup Golden Shoe, 2002, Chicago Fire Team MVP, 2009, Chicago Fire Team Golden Boot, 2009, MLS Fair Play Award, 2003, MLS Goal of the Year Award, 1998, U.S. Soccer Hall of Fame, 2014, references. External links: MLS Player Profile, YAR Player Profile, YAR Game Reports and other articles, Brian McBride Career Stats at Soxerbase, Brian McBride's bio on teamuser.org,